Guys, listen. I'm about to break my computer. You don't want to know what I just did because you're going to think I'm a failure to life. So, I just recorded a 12-minute video about Alexander Volkanovski and him moving up to 55, and we talked about that. But then 12 minutes later, I realized my camera is not recording. I just look at my screen. I'm like, yo, the red button is not on. I've been talking for 12 minutes and the red button was not on. So I did all of this shit for nothing. But it happens to the best of us. So I go up, I get up, I go and press the record button. I'm like, okay, so I just spent all my saliva talking about something. My brain is dead off of that topic. Let's go on to something else. So then I go on to the second topic that I had for the day, which was Chimaev, which is what I'm going to talk about. But then I realized I'm recording, but my mic wasn't on. Holy moly. I took an Alpha Brain right now. Like 10 minutes ago, I took an Alpha Brain. Do you know the Joe Rogan shit that they sold? I thought it would help me focus, but I think it does the opposite. So if this is a fucking help to you, do not try Alpha Brain. I don't know what Alpha Brain has got. Alpha Brain has got to me, bro. That's the opposite of helping you focus. It fucking, holy crap. Anyways, let's try to do this shit correctly. Do not take Alpha Brain, guys. Okay, this is bad for you, very bad for you. Okay, are we good? Are we recording? Everything is good. Okay. So, oh my God, what I wanted to talk about today is the Chimaev versus Burns fight. Okay, so there's been a lot of rumblings recently on Twitter and Instagram, everything. I think it's Burn that threw the idea out that they should do the rematch and they should have a rematch of the first fight, right? Obviously, the rematch of the first fight, dummy. But listen, what I want to say is mostly like, I don't know if it's just me, but maybe I'm just insecure. Sometimes, like, I would rather sit on my pile of gold than gamble it again, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, like, when you have such a great fight, when you have like a fight of the year contender like this, I would much rather just let the history book close on this chapter of obviously the welterweight division of both men's career and just let it be that story, right? Because when we put a sequel, when we do another fight, what we're essentially doing is risking, let's say for example the Stephen Thompson versus Tyron Woodley fight, where the first fight was so great. Go look it back. It was such a great fight. It was a barn burner. Both guys had great moments in that fight. It was at that time, like, I think it was a fight of the year contender too. It was such a great fight. But then they run it back a couple months later, and then that fight is just, they're so tentative and timid, and there's no action in that fight. And it kind of throw off the whole rivalry between the two. And it kind of made the rivalry a bit sour. That story was a bit left with a sour taste. It makes me think also about like TV shows or movies that extend so long, where it's like, you don't have to extend this long. I tend to be that guy where I'm like, I grab the highest of highs and then I just go on. I go on about my day. I don't try to relive the highest of highs. I know I've had my highest of highs right there. And I don't want to take the risk of like doing it again and failing, or doing it, but that's me. I'm a weak-minded person maybe, because I know when I've taken a dub, and what's the point of going out there and trying to, risk the dub? It's like, in tennis, that's what they do. I'm a big fan of tennis. I know a lot of you guys are not, but what happens is in tennis is the champion of a tournament, right? So let's say like a tennis player wins US Open, for examples. The next year at US Open, if he doesn't win the championship, he has no chance of going up in the rankings. That's my point. Like at the US Open, he cannot win any points. unless he wins the champ. Even if he wins I cannot talk right now. Even if he wins the championship, he cannot win any points and move up the rankings. So meaning in tennis, that's how it works. Like you get points after each win, right? Each time you win fight, I was about to say fight, you win match, you get points. And if you win a tournament in 1 year and you go back the next year, you have to win to not lose. Do you get what I'm saying? The champion has to win to not lose, because if he loses in like semifinals or quarterfinals or even the finals, his stocks will go down. He'll lose points because it was like not as good as the previous year. And so that's why I'm like, I'll win it one time, then I'm gone. Why would I do it another time? That's how kind of how I felt when I watched Usman Burns. It was so good. It was so great. I'm like, let it be that. Also, I'm a big fan of Gilbert Burns. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of Gilbert Burns. I love Chimaev too. I think his rise, I think he'll be a champion in the next couple of years. In the next 2 years, he'll be champion. I definitely think that. I think most people think that too. But Gilbert Burns is just one of my favorite. His BMF attitude, everything. I love him so much. And if I'm being real, if we're being realistic, he's not going to top that performance. Chimaev is getting better every day. He's so young. What is he? He's like 27 or 28. He's so young in his career. He's done it for such a short amount of time. And I don't see a path where in a year or two, Gilbert is 37, Chimaev is 29, and that fight is like is even closer or even as good. That's not gonna happen for Gilbert. Gilbert had his best shot, I think, last Saturday. That was his best shot at beating Chimaev. He's not gonna beat him. He's not gonna beat him again. I don't think he's not gonna beat him, period, because he didn't beat him. But I'm saying it's not gonna be a contested battle as much. It's kind of making me think as well as with the Triple G and Canelo fight, like the trilogy. They waited so long to make the trilogy. Now it's like not as exciting, you know. Canelo was on the rise, Triple G was on the down. They met a little bit there, and then it's like they're both completely at different times in their career. Triple G is 40. It's kind of this similar mindset where I'm like, just live off of that amazing fight. I know Gilbert didn't get a win. I know it's tough, but it's like, you know, I think that fight must live on and must be in the history books, both for Gilbert and for Chimaev. And running it back is unnecessary, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. There's other fights to make, but to be fair, you know what happens sometimes? The reason why there's so many rematches and trilogies, and look at the flyweight division. They're going to do a fourth fight, and I'm not mad. Listen, they should do a fourth fight. Fuck Kai Kara-France for now. Make that fourth fight with Moreno, and let's settle that for good. Like 4 fight, draw, win, draw, 1 win, the other guy wins. So it's clear. Fourth fight's the last one. Then we get on with the division. I know it's been a long time. I know a lot of you guys suck, but that's what it should be. The reason why there's so many rematches and blah, 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 and they do so many fights is because the roster is sometimes shorter and there's not as many fighters as you think there are. Like in the welterweight division, if you look at the top, Usman has beaten pretty much everyone. And the other guys are like still coming up. Like the Bilal fight this weekend is coming up. Vicente Luque as well. But all of these guys are still coming up. So at the top, there's not a lot of big names. There's not a lot of top contenders to fight. So that's the only reason why I would see a rematch happening. But yeah, the UFC needs to get a bigger roster maybe. Not like boxing, not like multiple champions. And I think the way it's set up, it's perfect. But in certain divisions, like obviously the females division is very tough. It's tough. It's tough. Strawweight might be the best division, but flyweight is completely ruled out by Shevchenko. Bantamweight, there's basically no one outside of Nunes and what's your name? Why am I having brain fog? Wait, again. Yo, this alpha brain shit is not helping me. This is supposed to fucking focus. I know her name, bro. Don't put casual in the comments. I know her name. What is her name? The champion of the world, 135 pounds, is... Oh my God. I'm pissed. I couldn't remember it. Juliana Peña. Oh my God. I'm This is not a good day for me. Anyways, I don't even know where I was going with this. But yeah, what was I even saying? I was saying that the divisions are cleared. There's not a lot of fighters. There should be more fighters. But I think I have to go, bro. I have to go. I really have to go. I have to go and rest my brain a little bit. I don't know what is up with me. I'm doing too many things at the same time. I'll catch you in the next video, guys, okay? Please pray for me. Pray for me that my brain is restored with fresh... Okay? I don't even have the words. Goodbye. Goodbye.